hit, damage 1d6. 5. A bullywug gets yanked face first into Pepe's mouth like it owed rent. Quick and painless.
As the last sturge vanishes into the reeds, the air returns to swamp normal, which is still awful. The brass lament gate looms nearby like a judgmental instrument case. The bell above it sits silent, waiting. Pepe plops down like a loyal dog, if the dog was a biological siege engine. Raoul, your little Ivy's still resting in your shirt nest. Okay, you survived. The swamp regrets it, losing members as they're slowly joining your party. Now, what's the move? Are you going in blind or are you going to follow some leads? Both have their pluses and minuses.
We go in, immediately, before the door decides it hates us.
We don't go in blind. We get information. We sharpen certainty. Then we cut.
A dungeon without context is just a hole with ambition. I prefer to know the flavor before I'm swallowed.
If it's a trap, we should know where it is.
We're standing at the mouth of a brass nightmare with a bell that punishes lies. That's not an entrance, Joe. That's a confessional with teeth.
I flip a page like it's a court document. You've already got a lead. I point at Pepe. The frog knows somebody. Someone who knows your daddy.
I Pepe blink, looking proud. I'll bring you to Rosie. If you don't want to get turned into, I don't know, a shoe, I know she could do much worse. I can introduce you all to her and Dan. I'll do the best I can, boss.
We have the orc camp, the bullywug camp, the dragon cave, and Rosie and Dan with the grave.
And we start with the grave. If the swamp's got a patron saint, that's where the receipts are.
Or we walk into the dungeon and steal the receipts.
Jack, you're a man who confuses momentum with planning.
It's worked for me dozens of times.
I can hardly wait.
All right, decision time. You can rush the gate or follow Pepe to Rosie and Dan. And just so we're clear, Pepe's testimony included your father's trail being tangled up with Rosie and her ogre boyfriend. The decision lingers like a guillotine about to drop. Everyone stares at the gate like it's holding their inheritance. Which it is.
Well, guys, what's the vote? We go to Rosie.
I second that.
Agreed.
Yay!
Nay.
4-1, we go.
Fine. But if we come back and the dungeon's moved, I'm blaming democracy.
Sweet. So you boys, Pepe and Ivy, leave the brass lament behind you without looking back. Pepe leads the group. The formation graph you gave me, Willy, has you, Raoul, and Jack towards the end. Sweeney and Edward lead. Decent formation. We'll have to throw some curveballs eventually. As you all follow Pepe, the fog thickens. The reeds whisper like bad gossip. Travel in the swamp is measured in regret. I'm rolling a wandering monster check, rolling D6. 1. I nod with the calm of a man issuing parking tickets. Encounter. Of course. Rolling. You hear splashing, organized splashing, around the swamp path, in the muck, bullywugs, classic frogmen with crude spears and daggers, and one lizard man like a bouncer at a swamp nightclub. They look you over like you're trespassing on their dinner plans or union meeting. Roll surprise. Rolling party surprise D10 6. Nope. Rolling monster surprise D10 2. Surprised. They are surprised you get a free round. You hear the splashing and you all cautiously round the trees. They're chatting in their cold tongue when they see a giant frog and 5 guys looking for some action.
No speeches. I throw first. Rolling. Knife throw to 20. 14.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Hit. Damage. Rolling 1d4. 3.
That does it. How do you do it?
That's what I like to hear, Joe. I fling my knife towards the frogman. As it lands between those red froggy eyes, the bullywug drops into the mud like a bad idea. Nice.
I eye the lizard man, seeing if his skin would make a nice pair of boots or a new belt. Rolling! Jack attack! D25. Oh well. I bound up to lizard mate's scaly hide and swing my rapier. The lizard ducks as I swing, and the miss goes wild. You're lucky there, you slinking, stinking, clammy, greasy son of a codfish!
I don't want to waste spell components. So, jawbreaker diplomacy. Rolling. Slingshot to 20. 16. Hit. Damage 1d4. 2. I look at Joe as he nods back. I stretch the rubber back, aim, and release. The gobstopper flies and cracks a bullywug's skull like a candy shell. As a large welt forms on his forehead, he closes his eyes and crumples to the swamp.
I snip the next one before it can scream. Rolling. Scissor attack. D20. 15. As I look at Joe, his eyes smile as he winks. Hit. Damage. 1d4 plus 1. 4. As I close the distance, I bring my hand up in a clawing uppercut. My blades slice into the frog guy's belly, up to his throat pouch. Clean cut. Clinical. The amphibian drops in a sad heap as his friends look in horror.
By the powers vested in me by bad decisions, I swing the bong like I'm Babe Ruth. Rolling. Bong attack. D20. 9. Miss. I walk up to the pitch and give a mighty swing. The bully sees this and quickly hops back as I miss, sticking its tongue out. You cheeky bastard.
Tongue punch, rolling, Pepe tongue punch, D20. 17, hit, damage 1d6. 5, a bullywug gets yanked face first into Pepe's mouth like it owed rent. Quick and painless.
As the lizard guy looks at the dead bullywugs, he looks at the party and gulps. Morale check for Mr. Lizard. Rolling. 2d10, 5, fail. Mr. Lizard drops his stuff and flees into the reeds like he just saw the last thing ever if he stays. His club and a pouch lay on the damp earth next to the reeds. Nice surprise attack, guys. Hit him where it hurt and got to business.
Those are scouts. Those twink frogmen are the quick ones. I quickly clean up the bullywugs like a swamp trash collector, satisfied with the tasty morsels. I use one of the bullywug spears as a toothpick. We keep going down the path. Boss man, when you're ready. I keep my froggy eyes peeled for movement in the reeds and the water. I know what's in these swamps.
See? We're doing so well at gathering information. We've learned they hate candy. And what do we have here, Joe? I skipped to the lizard man's effects in the moist dirt. Did I hear a coin purse jingle as it came to the ground? I do like this club. I lift the lizard man's club and admire the gator teeth and intricate carvings on the club's barrel. I then toss and catch the coin purse like a juggling ball. What will I find in here?
Treasure check. I'm rolling for coin purse. It's minor valuables and maybe small magic. D100. Rolling 97. One moment. Oh, that's something minorly magical. Nothing game-breaking. Don't get too excited.
Too late, Joe? I rub my hands together in anticipation.
Awesome. Some loot.
First, coin purse. Rolling 2d 10 times 10 gold pieces. 8 plus 4, 12, so 120 GP. And silver. 3d 6 times 10 silver pieces. 5 plus 3 plus 2 equal 10, a 100 SP. Not a bad first haul.
I flip the purse, counting with the calm of a man reading a grocery list. 120 doubloons and 100 pieces of 8. Looks like dinner and some is covered.
120 gold, 100 silver. No sentimental value, but nice all the same.
That's rent money in hell. And some things to have. What's the magic bean, FP Biden?
Now the 97 means there's a small magical jewelry piece in the pouch. There are also 2 bullywug spears and 4 wug daggers in the vicinity. Nothing extraordinary there, but some good ammunition. Now, for the dinglehopper. Rolling D6 to see what kind. Naughty 6, it's brooch! In the bottom of the coin purse, a 3-inch ivory lapel lays humbly among the gold and silver currency. Jack, as you hold up the little trinket, a stained ivory lapel, a 3-inch long ivory pin, with the cap and pinhead the shape of a snapping turtle. The pinhead, the pin, and the cap make the lapel look like a long-headed turtle. The pinhead has eyes that are insetted with 2 pale green stones. Pretty neat.
Oh, that is vile. I adore it. I will identify this ivory piece.
Wonka. Is it cursed?
Everything is cursed, Raoul, but we can be specific.
Yes, very true.
Willy Wonka, how are you identifying this trinket?
Elementary, Mr. Biden. Step 1, detect magic. Step 2, read magic if needed. Step 3, identify. And I will complain about the pearl component.
Approved. Cast detect magic.
I roll nothing. I just do it. I wave my hand like a disappointed conductor.
The ivory lapel lights up with a steady abjuration aura. Silvery white. Defensive. Neutral.
Of course it is. It's a turtle that screams, "Don't touch me!" I continue. Now I cast Identify. I produce a pearl worth at least 100 gold. And I sacrifice it to the laws of game design. Pearl of Wisdom. I do not cast you before the unenlightened, for they will destroy you and I. The pearl disintegrates into a white, silky dust that I sprinkle on the lapel in Jack's hand.
The pearl is consumed. Roll your intelligence check to see if you get a clean read.
Intelligence check. D20. 9. Success. My eyes unfocus like I'm reading fine print in the air. Oh, thank you for the note, Joe. This is a brooch. The lapel of shielding. It absorbs magic missile and similar force bolts. I tilt my head. And it's not full. It's been used.
I'll roll for remaining capacity. Rolling 2d20. 11.7. 18. It has 18 charges of shielding left before it goes dead and remains a nice piece of jewelry. May go for a few gold.
So, 18 acts of petty divine protection. That's still a deal.
18 beautiful moments where reality decides not to slap you.
I immediately pin it to my coat collar with quiet ownership energy. Could definitely help. I also place the club on the side of my pack. I'll hold the coins. I'll be the party treasurer.
If that's the case, I'm the secretary of item forfeiture.
I loot the spears and knives. No more attachments.
That's literally an attachment. And I'm the director of intelligence.
Then it's a useful attachment. And what's your mock government positions, Ed? And Duke?
I'm just the chaplain of chaos. I'm no church, and certainly no state.
I'm the Deputy Chief of Agriculture.
Rewards. I almost forgot to give experience for the fighting and role-playing. Raw, but not too unkind. All right, we're doing this by the book. And the book hates you. Tonight's receipts. 1 giant frog, 175 XP. 200 XP for talking to Pepe and having him join. 9 sturges, 175 XP each. I'm not counting Ivy as experience because you're basically holding a hurt small animal. You'll gain experience from caring for her until she heals, Raoul. If you feed her again for 1 hit point and rest, she will be healed. And also, Raoul, technically your speak with animals would have ended 5 minutes after the sturges. As a house rule, you may speak to the animals in your cast radius indefinitely if they stay in your presence. If you or them leave the tether, the spell breaks. So you can't hear other animals until you recast. And if Pepe or Ivy aren't there when you cast and after, you and they won't understand each other. Capiche? Now then, 4 bullywugs, 65 XP each. So 260. 1 lizard man, 30 XP for fleeing.
That's a lot of baiting per minute.
They were very committed to biting.
They were sturges. They're union. And per the listing, the lapel of shielding is valued at 10,000 GP and 1,000 XP attached to the item. Not gold for XP, item XP. The optional rule that keeps you slightly alive. Monster XP total, giant frog 175 plus 200, sturges, 9 times 175, so 1,575 bullywugs. 4 times 65, 260. Lizard man, 65, normally for a kill, but you engaged it and got close enough to see it move during combat. That's experience in my book. Total monster XP, 2,275. Divide by 5 PCs, 455 XP each for the fighting. Now for item rules and role-playing XP.
Splendid. We've been paid in arithmetic.
Now the Brooch of Shielding, 1,000 XP. If you keep it as party treasure, 200 XP each. If one of you claims it personally, that character gets the 1,000. But I feel the identifier shall get it, since he did all the hard work. Now to individual awards, because you, maniacs, actually played. I point around the table. Jack for weaponized talking under lethal pressure and skipping you during the second Sturge round. Sorry about that. 250 XP. Savvy? Edward for frontline control while not turning allies into confetti and artful dabbing. 200 XP. That's my boy. Wonka for creative problem solving, spellcasting under duress, and improvised candy ballistics. 250 XP plus 1,000 for identifying. Sweeney for silent coordination, dead shot accuracy, and tactical cruelty. 200 XP. Well done. Raoul Duke for purposeful spellcasting, omen work, animal husbandry, and not starting a swamp religion. 350 experience. Awesome work. Please mark that on your sheets. And let's move.
Joe, I know that I'm not technically a player, but could I get something? A new move or some special ability? Maybe I could call some friends and roll to see if they could help or something. Joe, I've been a good frog. I beam at Joe like a kid asking for more quarters for the arcade.
Okay, Alex, I understand. Let me think a second. Okay, you have 2 options, but 1 choice. You may have a leapfrog attack. Think the owl bear pouncing on the molten forge guardian from Baldur's Gate 3. You could leap 20 feet on ground level and have a body slam attack. Tiny, small, and medium creatures will be stunned for so many rounds or killed if you do enough damage. You may also overburden large creatures, grapple huge creatures, and climb gargantuan creatures. Your second choice is for your tongue to gain uncanny grip and accuracy. You may target weapons and projectiles, only physical and non-magical items. You may have a reaction during an enemy's turn, rolling your Thax 0 to hit a projectile in flight or a weapon mid-swing, as long as you are within tongue punch range, and the weapon isn't obscured by terrain or creatures in front of you in said object. If you grab a weapon, keep grip, you may add its damage to your tongue attack. You may also redirect caught projectiles, hitting with the proper rolls. Sound good? This is your personal choice. This is like an evolution within you, not democratic.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Those are certainly juicy choices. I'm going with this leapfrog attack. My Thax 0 is shit, and I find grappling a dragon or climbing Godzilla like a froggy gorilla extremely entertaining. I hope this is suitable, guys. I'm not asking for a perk or a quirk every time these guys get something, but I will ask occasionally.
All right. A new magical turtle pin, some booty for me and the boys, some experience, and a buffed frog. Nice choice, Pepe, though the other choice did have some advantageous prospects. Wow. I can't wait to see Pepe body slam something.
I hope I find something magical too. You and me both. All of us. Give me all the pearls you fellas find, and I will be a full-time appraiser. That experience boon is the tits. Especially since, I think, I have greater level requirements. Oh, the curse of magic. A slog of experience. Oh well, that's why we're here.
I'm in a slightly similar situation, and I'll do all I can so we get as much power as possible, without losing our souls and sanity.
Agreed. I would fancy a nicer jacket, or some boots of leaping, or a cloak of invisibility. I start to shiver in anticipation.
That was almost a visceral reaction. We'll get those. I want my brothers fit to the 9. And Joe, I started a micro-religion, for safety.
That's fine, Raoul. You could potentially have up to 10 to 100 levels worth of followers. Usually 30 non-players. That's when you reach level 8 and establish a stronghold, a church, or whatever you call your drug den. And you'll keep it under 10 followers. That's restraint, plus a small story award for surviving the swamp and gaining real intel without walking into the brass lament blind. 500 XP to the party, 100 each. Move it.
Let's go see Rosie and follow the breadcrumbs.
Indeed, let's see Rosie. And Dan. I keep hearing about them. Let's go, chaps. We're burning moonlight.
I point my cane like a grand marshal leading the parade. Lead away, Pepe.
I walk to Pepe and give him a quick tummy rub. Lead the way, Pepe. I jokingly ask, do you know the way?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boss man, I do know that way. Follow me. I slowly walk in front so I'm not getting too far from the party and keeping a whispering distance in case something nasty pops up.
All right, let's continue. You all walk through the moonlight swamp forest, led by Pepe. You travel a few minutes and come to a distance, a crooked little shack on stilts. Wind chimes made of bottle caps and bone. A hand-painted sign reads, Rosie's Juice Mushrooms. No judgment, lies get you bit. You all get closer to the hag hut, and then you see a massive silhouette shifts on the porch. Dan, a shrekish swamp ogre with a quiet, sturdy demeanor, carving a log with a carving knife while sitting on a giant rocking chair like it's therapy. The door creaks open and Rosie steps out in hag form, but with a sassy vibe, sharp eyes, sharper tongue, pajama confidence, and the aura of a woman who has seen everything and is tired of all of it.
Excuse me, real quick. I go back inside, change my pajamas into a nice, disgusting-looking hag robe, and go back outside. Wow! Look what the swamp dragged in! I glare at Pepe, and you brought company! You big, wet, stupid idiot!
Rosie, I'm sorry, but please listen. These guys need your help.
Slowly, I stand up from the rocking chair and place the log I was fiddling with against the porch fence. I smile a little since this doesn't seem like an ambush, and seeing Rosie annoyed by anyone but me, well, I get my kicks from it. Hey there, I give a little wave. Are you guys hurt? Bleeding? Any emergencies?
Not currently, sir, but we're trending in that direction. And nice to meet you, Rosie, and Dan. Pepe told us you know our father, Keith?
Yes, please. We're trying to free him. We need information, Rosie.
About Keith Richards. About the brass lament.
I give Rosie and Dan a charming bow. We seek our father, Keith Richards. We were told you might have seen him.
Rosie's eyes narrow. She leans forward like she's reading their credit score. Reaction roll. 2d10. Jack, your charisma helps a little. Rosie's still a hag. Rolling 2d10 9. Neutral. Modifiers Jack's charisma +1 on 10. Cautiously neutral.
Fine. I might know some things, but I don't give information for free, Captain Eyeliner.
Captain Eyeliner. That's the first. I sheepishly grin at Rosie's cutting remark.
Delightful! A transactional witch!
Name your price.
I smile like I just heard the word interest. Information costs, boys, even if I may know your father. Even that has to be tested, and before you start, no, I don't accept heroism as currency. Dan, any thoughts between those trumpet ears?
Mumbling, I hold up a jug of murky green juice like it's sacred, and it is. I look towards my hag wife. I always do, my sweet Rosie. I then look to the travelers. We take payment in favors or mushrooms or a really good story and any beer. We have a small distribution in these swamps, and I've been kicked out of they marsh for many reasons.
You want directions into the brass lament without dying in the first hallway? You want to know what Keith owed and who's collecting? Then you do a favor for Rosie. Isn't that right, Dan?
I nod like this is the most reasonable thing on earth. It's just a quick errand. Probably won't kill you, probably. Hey, I noticed a little sturge poking its head out of the party man's backpack. Oh, look, Rosie, and he has a little bat needle in a blanket. I'll certainly ask about that after you finish the errand.
I open the door, grab a gathering wicker basket, and toss it to the boy's feet, mooncaps, on the cypress knees, near Lasmeek's cairn. I'm guessing Pepe told you about our patron ghost. If he didn't, he'll fill you in. Now, bring me 12 good mooncaps, no slime, no holes, no oops, I ate it. I look at the party man. I know who you are. You're the Woodstock reporter type, and you'll leave an offering at the grave. Respect costs less than curses. And trust me, there are worse things than Dan and I out here.
And don't step where it bubbles.
I bounce around like a hyperactive puppy. I know the spot I show you, and I want a tummy rub later, boss man.
Grave mushrooms.
Yes, grave mushrooms. Don't act like you're above it, Scissor Boy. I make special juice with those. And you need my juice if you're going into a dungeon that hates liars and loves death.
Aspirational branding.
And if we refuse?
Then you walk into the brass lament blind, dry, and stupid. And I watch from the porch, all the wiser.
I shrug apologetically. She's not wrong.
Do the favor, and you'll get potions. Your choice. Not free candy. Not Wonka economics. Real magic. Comparable to real potions. And I'll have you select them if you get more than 10 high-quality moon caps. And anything else interesting. Blood, teeth, hair, and bones are highly potent reagents in my potions. Be my truffle pigs, and you'll be eating good. Come back in the morning, and I'll have breakfast.
My economics are visionary.
Let's move it, step by step.
Indeed! Let us get this party started! A potion cocktail mixed with rum sounds recreational.
She's fun. Let's roll! I stand next to Pepe, not rubbing his belly. I wish I could, friend.
All right, thanks again, Rosie and Dan. We'll be back. Lead on, Pepe. Sleep well, Ivy. I gently pat the wrapped cloth stuffed in the top of my pack.
All right, boss man. I again slowly frog crawl towards the gravesite into the thickening fog.
All right, guys, that was fun. It's time for a new quest line, and we will pick up from there. Everyone, thank you for joining us, and have a great week. Love you guys. Take care. Goodbye.